Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show brought to you by Coors Light and Bet365. We got Eric and Rudo coming to you live as the Avs are taking on the Minnesota Wild, this time at home. Still in a battle for home ice in round one of the playoffs. Georgiev gets the nod again tonight. Got to see a bounce back game from him. Regardless of the team in front of him, they need to play better too. But you really would like to see the Avs give up the 2 or less tonight. I'm sure you talk about it in your 3 keys a little bit, Eric. Before we get into that, though, Avs, what are the vibes tonight?
I think, I think they'll be good. I think yesterday was kind of a get together at the rink and have a big meeting and, talk about things that are going wrong. And they know how to play playoff hockey. They've done it. They've done it for most of the year. I think this is just like itching to get in the playoffs right now. It's hard. I know there's more at stake than 2 years ago, for example, in a sense that 2 years ago they already had clenched and didn't really matter. Yeah. This one, it does matter. So plus I hate comparing year to year. I see that on Twitter today, which is great. They 4 of the last 5 they lost 2 years ago. They won the cup. No, I get that. It's again, different circumstances. I just feel that they know they didn't play good. They know that they gave up too much. Yep. Numbers say it. Yep. They know that goaltending wasn't up to snuff. I mean, that's a fact. They know that their PK wasn't up to snuff.
It was terrible.
That's that which has usually been good. So, the wheels fell off a little bit those last couple of games. It's unfortunate because they were big games. Am I worried? No. For the most part. For most things.
Tell you what, they play good tonight, I'll be a whole lot less worried.
Yeah, I'm a little less worried. And then I think, nothing to save it for tonight. It sounds like they're going to have a couple of days off or whatever it is. And then you play that big game against Winnipeg. And hopefully the Avs win tonight. Winnipeg wins tonight. It makes it even more fun, more special, more important for that Saturday game. Is it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Yeah. So I feel good. I think they addressed a bunch of stuff yesterday. Bednar did, address it to the media, saying they know, they know what they did wrong, and this is a good group. This is a core group that knows. It doesn't always have to come from the coaching staff, but I think yesterday was a day where it came from the coaching staff. Where let's look at a couple things, let's address it, see how they react today, and go from there.
It'll be. I'm interested to see exactly that, how they respond both immediately and through this entire game. Because how much of this is what you said with them just wanting to get to the playoffs, and how much of this is, hey, they just haven't been playing very well for the last handful of games? I don't know. I don't have a great answer for you there. But what I do know is they're capable of better. And I would like to see that tonight.
The way I see it is, I think you go on a 10-game run. It just feels like whenever the bubble breaks.
But that bubble break ended 3 games ago, man.
That's what I mean. It just feels like when the bubble breaks, you go on a skid of like 4 or 5. I think. You know what I mean? Like if you look
Time
at
to
every
stop
team,
the skid then.
now it's no more skid marks, right? Yeah. We don't want any more skid marks. Stop that skid now. I mean, I agree with you. It's time now. You don't want that creeping in until the last game. And again, like I said, I know people have been comparing 2 years ago. Oh, they did. I know, but they weren't even dressing guys, and it didn't matter. They had locked the whole conference, right? Yep. So big difference. Now you're trying to get home ice. It is a big thing. I heard Bednar this morning. Like, it's a big thing. You work hard for 78 games to get home ice. So to a certain extent, right? It doesn't look like they're going to get home ice throughout, but at least you want to get it in the first round. Yeah. And then who knows what happens after. So I think it's important. I heard him this morning, listened to the whole espresso, and it is a big point, a big focal point for them tonight to to be in a better position to get home ice, even come Saturday.
To your point, Winnipeg up 3-1 on Nashville in the second period right
There
now.
you go.
So kind of needed on that one.
Yep.
Dallas is technically losing to Buffalo at first intermission, but Dallas would really have to throw at this point for the Avs to catch them. It would be very
that'd
tough.
be tough.
So
I think that last one was the dagger.
Me too.
Yeah.
So you're probably focusing a little
Who
bit
knows?
more on Winnipeg right now if you're the Avs. But they're playing Minnesota tonight. What are the 3 keys to the Avs getting past
No
the
more
Wild?
skid marks. Somebody said that. I love it. I'm not even going to talk about goaltending, so I just want.
That's a first.
Yeah. I'm just saying I don't want to talk about it because not because Georgie struggled the last 2 games. Because I said I'm never going to put him again like special teams and goaltending. We all know they're gimmies.
Of course,
they have to be.
Of course,
with playoffs coming up. Anyway, I say check.
Can't
please.
win without them.
Yeah, exactly. And in playoffs, it's impossible. So check, please. You heard Bednar this morning. You heard him yesterday. They need to check better. They need to be above pucks. They need to be on the right side of the bodies. They need to be on the your right frame of mind, to be able to defend and not give up those types of things, especially when your goalie's struggling, right?
Yeah.
So it's important tonight that, defend, and have your championship habits that they have them. It's not like they're learning how to play. These guys know how to play. It's just you being stubborn. It's like the like the teenager or the college kid. It's like, I'm going out tonight. I'm not doing my homework.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, get back to it. So very important. And then get in the shooting lanes. I felt that last game, they're there, but they're not there. You know what I mean? They're just not just on the PK, but on 5-on-5.
They're going through the motions.
The little
right?
details need to be more on point. Number 2, opportunity knocks. What do I mean by that? Well, Wood's still out. Mikko's still out. This sounds like it's promising for Mikko, which is awesome.
Yeah,
so
good to hear he's practicing, doing well. But.
And then what does it do? It just gives you auditions, right? Yep. Again, I'm not going to bash a guy that's got 1,200 games, Parise, but, it's maybe you need a little more than what you saw, you know what I mean? Like last game or in a better situation for him, right? In better line mates and in a better position to get better ice time and not just a horseshit ice time. You know what I mean? When I say that, I mean that with all the respect. It's tough to not play a lot. So force their hand.
Yeah.
Force their hand to make decisions when the guys are back. And you know what I mean? Like force their hand to see what are the combinations are going to be. So very important tonight, opportunity knocks. Number 3, play with pride and passion. I feel that, and I know he did say, he's like, no, I liked our effort. Well, I didn't, you know what I mean? So I just felt that, the dance is right around the corner. Go. And, shine your dancing shoes. You know what I mean? Have them ready to go.
Yeah.
And I know the Minnesota Wild's playing for pride and spoiler, like I just read in there. But that doesn't make it easy. And it doesn't make it an easy win or an automatic win. So you got to get out there. You got to, match the work ethic, get going and play with a little bit of pride. So have a little bit more passion than you've had the last 3-4 games and let's get going.
I hope so, at very least. Give me an entertaining game to watch here.
That's right.
Not one of these crazy ones where they're giving up a million chances a game. That's all I want. I want some decent quality hockey to watch.
Yeah.
You should be a better team than Minnesota, even without a Mikko Rantanen in your lineup. Dude. Minnesota, again, a team that really has nothing to play for. So it's a team you should go out and beat. If nothing else, do it for the ex-player curse. Brandon Duhaime, the second time he gets to play against the Wild here in Colorado. This time, we heard from him before, I guess this morning, really, at morning skate.
Playing against Minnesota, you've been through it already, but does that help to have that behind you and maybe feel like this is a normal game?
Yeah, this is it's the 3rd time we're facing them here, so I kind of know what to expect. It doesn't get easier playing your friends, but there's no friends out there, so just got to get a big one tonight for them.
Was it just you and Fleury at dinner?
No, we had a big group of guys.
Yeah. I mean, this probably is a nod to the bond and what you had there, the connection. I mean, he wouldn't do this, with you if you were just some other teammate.
I hope he thinks we're good friends. So I'll take it as a compliment or something.
Was it at least a steak dinner?
It was a steak dinner. Yeah. Had a nice steak, some good sides too. So it was great.
In a game like tonight, where you guys are still fighting for home ice advantage, is it difficult to focus on just this game at hand without looking ahead to Saturday and how big that game will potentially be?
No, I think it's important. You know, we go game by game mentality. You know, that's how it's going to be moving forward for us. So I think the group's done a good job preparing for game at a time, and it's a big one for us.
I know the team was really looking for Georgiev to have a bounce back performance in the last game, and definitely not his fault that the game turned out the way it did. How did you feel about his performance in the last game?
Who was it?
Sorry, Georgiev.
Oh, I thought he was good. I didn't think we were good in front of him. I think we got to be better defensively. Pulled back a lot of those chances were preventable from outside of the crease, and I thought he did a good job.
Coach had mentioned fatigue from the last game. Did you kind of feel that? And are you feeling is that energy a little bit higher tonight?
I think we've done a good job preparing ourselves, our bodies, and it's no excuse. Everyone's playing the same schedule, so it's important to prepare the right way.
Thanks so much.
You probably knew he'd come back. You knew something was happening.
Yeah, I had an idea.
Was that?
I had an idea, yeah.
But you probably didn't know the scope of it, right? Like that was probably bigger than you anticipated.
I figured there was going to be a bang for sure. I'll figure it out. I'll get the tires back on and we'll move forward.
How long did it take you to come up with the toilet paper idea for his car?
Pretty on the spot, to be honest.
Really?
I didn't have many resources. It was I had to piece it together pretty quick.
Where'd you get the toilet paper?
I can't tell my sources. Yeah, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
How much help did you have? Was that a one-man job for you, or was that
one-man job? That was it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus.
It was more than one-man job for him. He also had help from people with your team too, didn't he? To get in the lot and stuff like that.
He had inside sources. He had outsides. I don't know. He must know everyone in Colorado at this point. I don't know what it is, but he did a good job. Good prank on him.
Is there a good security guard there, right?
Yeah, you would think they would buckle down, right? Take care of their own, but no. They let him in with flying colors. Everyone, all his buddies, everyone that came with him. So it was good.
What do you think of the note? The note he left on the.
Yeah, it was good. He got me. I'll tip my hat to him.
So was the apology more in person then than it was sending a video of the apology?
Yeah, I'd say it was more in person.
Thanks, Brandon.
Prank war is over. Keep all the pranks off the ice. I don't want any pranks on the ice tonight, please. Now that Fleury isn't even starting, so it doesn't matter. But.
My best part about this prank too, first of all, it was awesome. Have I seen it before? Yes. But it's time consuming. It's a bigger one than just shaving cream in someone's gloves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but the best part is Bednar. He was asked about it this morning, and then he says, "My only concern, that's the answer of a coach, is like, why did he drive his car to the rink? Should have just taken an Uber if you knew you were gonna get it." And he's right. You know what I mean? That's kind of funny. You know what I mean? That's how coaches think, right? He's like, why do you even drive his car to the rink? Then you don't give him an option. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Bednar's the smart one. Maybe you should listen to him. I don't know. Look, Avs. I don't know who I want to pick tonight. Eric, I'm sure you had yours in at 6 a.m. But Circle K Eaters against the Minnesota Wild. Who we going with tonight?
I sent it to Tiff. I'm not going to go. But yeah, Kale. I'm going with Kale. It's been a while since I picked him because I always leave him open to all of you. I just feel that, I don't know. I think he's due for a big one. I think he's due to finish the year strong. Not that you compare yourself to Quinn Hughes, but you know what I mean? Like Quinn Hughes had a big night last night again. And then I feel that Kale is going to take over this game tonight and then just kind of walk into the playoffs into, feeling good about himself. And again, fantastic year, even though we've been criticizing a little bit where, it hasn't been the type of year that he had like a couple years ago. But at the end of the day, he's still going to end up with, 90 or 85, whatever he's
over
at,
a point per game,
whatever,
for sure, yeah.
And controls the game whenever he's on the ice. So was it perfect? No, but it's still the best defenseman in the National Hockey League.
If anything, I think the side you like to see him eat a little bit better on is defensively, right?
Yeah.
He's got to tighten up some portions. And that's true of pretty much everyone on the Avs defense, if you're honest. But Cale Makar's the leader there, right? Let's be real about that. He's the number one. He's the guy who should lead by example on that front.
Yeah.
So I say that, he's got 84 points and he's plus $1 billion. His possession numbers are ridiculously good, but we've seen it be a little bit loose lately, for sure.
He's awesome.
I am going to go with Georgiev.
Oh, all right.
I know you didn't want to talk about goaltending,
No,
but
that's fine.
look, regardless of who you blame, whether it's the bad defense in front of him, whether it's him, regardless of what you feel about Justus Annunen or otherwise, the Avs are making a statement over these last handful of games. They're saying Georgiev is our starter, regardless of whatever the numbers in any given game are. We believe in his ability to get us to where we need to go. And I'd like to see him put a solid game up on the board. Not just for like, oh, it makes me feel better. I want to see him put up a solid game so the team has trust in that guy behind them. When they look back there, they believe in a guy who can make a save for them, and that allows them to play the way they want to play.
I agree with you. I think, it's the, they want to put it in my keys, and I said it earlier. It's the most important part of tonight's game.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what Jared Bednar said, last game, and he was awesome and all. Hey, listen, it's all good. You want guys going into the playoffs feeling good about themselves, and you certainly don't want a shaky goaltender. Right now, he's been shaky the last couple of games. It doesn't matter if none of your goals are your fault. You're still giving up 6 spots, which you can't. You know what I mean? So that's not great. That's just it's below average.
Even if none of them are your fault, it doesn't feel good.
That's right. And listen, my son's a goalie, so I'm not a goalie killer. But tonight, goaltending is a huge piece of peace of mind for the front office, the coaches, the players, and Georgie himself. It is a peace of mind. You want to right that ship a little bit and get back on track. He just needs to be good.
Yep.
He just needs to be good. That's it. And he's done it. And do I think he's going to do it again? Yeah, let's cross our fingers and hope he's going to do it again. And I think you're right. Tonight is that would be a big Circle K eater. With my Kale as my Circle K eater, hopefully your Georgie is a main reason why they walk away with a victory tonight.
If Kale and the defense eats and Georgiev eats, the Avs will win. I guarantee
There
it.
you go.
So sometimes it's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Neither is saving a bunch of money with Circle K's Inner Circle Rewards. Download the app today. There's a QR code that'll pop up on screen that you can use for that in a second here. Get 25 cents off a gallon, your first 5 fill-ups, and amazing snack deals every single game day, including up to 5 free Polar Pops of any size at your local Circle K. Go get the app today, or at very least go to circlek.com/innercircle to get yourself signed up. Eric, when you're in a burst bubble like this, like you talked about, how do you get that swagger back? How do you feel like you're a good hockey team again?
You just gotta. Not that guys don't care.
I'm sure they
But
care.
you care, but you let it slip away a little bit,
Sure.
because you're like, okay, you want to get into the dance, check mark. You want to be near home ice or whatever, first in your division, good enough to give it a check mark. Right? Give and take. We're right there.
At the moment, they have first round home ice.
Exactly. So I think it's human nature. Sometimes you, but then I think that's what they talked about yesterday. Guys, we worked so hard for 78 games. It's been a grind. It is a grind. It is a long way to get to game 78. Now there's 4 left. Let's not piss it all away by being stupid, right? You know what I mean? So, and we have been stupid. I think Bednar called it absurd, and even today he even doubled down on it, saying like we were so dumb. You know what I mean? Like last game and the game before. So, I think get the reins back, push it all in, and then you give a shit meter a little higher, right? I don't know if that
From
means
90 to 92%.
Yeah, bring it up a little bit, and like I said, because those guys know how to play in the playoffs, they know, and I'm not worried about them in the playoffs. We're not. I'm taking because you're right. You know what I mean? But you just gotta bring it up a little bit, and then just kind of rein yourself back in and say, hey, you're not that good. You know what I mean? You're not that good, even though we are good. Let's go back to little details, which makes us good.
Yeah.
Right now, when we don't have that, we're not that good. So let's get back on track and let's get going.
It's always the little details.
That's
isn't
it.
It's always what it
is.
Look, the Avs are a weird team at the moment. Obviously, the struggles of late, but you're kind of have been bouncing around with injuries for the last little while. Miko and Wood out now.
Yeah.
One guy that I didn't pick as my eater, but you would really like to see help their top 6 quite a bit. Let's see the real Val Nichushkin.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He has not been his usual self since returning, so it's time for that guy to get back on track.
Agree. And again, you want Nate to eat tonight too,
Of course,
because it's like
all the usual suspects.
that gives you 39. No,
I think
38 out of 39, right? That would be because there would be 2 more games left, right?
There are
anyway.
two more left. Yeah.
It's an absurd. It's an absurd string. I mean, one game, which we all know that he did get an assist anyway that day. So
deserved to get an assist. That's
whatever.
for sure. But and also like still chasing records. 2 goals gets him to 50. You know,
and then the franchise. Well, I mean, whatever. Do we call that franchise?
Yeah, it would be franchise.
Not Avalanche, but franchise record.
It's what 5-6 points. Yeah,
He's
6
right
points
there.
away.
Do we know what Kucherov has tonight? Like
I haven't seen what Kucherov's. I assume he gets 3 free points that are made up, and I just move on. Look, Kucherov can have the Art Ross. I don't care as long as McKinnon gets the heart. Kucherov can have the Art Ross. I'm not worried about any of that. Let's get into my bets with Bet 365 for this one. We went with the Halifax homie bet tonight. Druin has been white hot, so I'm picking Druin for another goal. Taking at Mac for at least an assist, and I'm taking the Avs to win. You put it all together into a parlay, you get it at plus 400. See the Avs respond. See the guys go to work. Would really like for the Avs as a whole to play well. I know we called out a couple of specific guys. I know we've talked about doing the little things right, but play a good team hockey game. Don't look at anybody and say they were the weak link tonight. Just everybody play a solid hockey game all the way around. Shouldn't be that hard against Minnesota and their mild, weird bear thing on their jerseys. Cougar bear, is that what we're calling it? Man bear pig.
He's got 2 tonight. So
Only
far.
2. What a bum.
There's still 8 minutes left.
Kucherov bum confirmed. Only 2 points.
Oh yeah, here you go, Zach.
Easy 6-point night. No problem.
5 ahead, yeah.
4 goals, 2 assists for Mac. Easy life. All right. Easy. Done. Make sure you make your betting life easy with Bet365. Sign up with code DNVR365. Get $150 in bonus bets when you put $5 on any NHL game. Get over with them, of course, if you do have a gambling problem. Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. And when you do bet, you must be located in Colorado and be 21 or older. Any final thoughts going into tonight, Eric, other than just, as you said, give a shit-o-meter up a little bit?
Yeah, and then just play a 60-minute effort. You know what I mean? Like, they can do it. They've done it many times. And I think tonight is one of those nights, like, let's just look at the blocks at the end of the game and say, yeah, check mark, check mark, check mark. You know what I mean?
You got 3 days off afterwards, so no reason to lapse, right?
That's my point, yeah.
Score predictions, I'm going 5-2. I think the Avs are going to score some goals.
I'm going to go 5-4 Avs.
Ooh, high scoring. All right. I want a little bit better defense than that. Tiff, what do you got?
I'm going to steal your 5, but I'm going to say G only lets in 1.
Let's
I'm going to go 1. I'm going to go 5-1.
I like Tiff's answer the best. Let's go with Tiff's answer tonight. I'm here for that one. We are going to wrap this thing up as we might be within 10 minutes of puck drop. I don't know. ESPN had a quick puck drop the other night. Maybe they run long with this one with the Detroit game, though. I'm not sure. Either way, we are going to get out of here for pregame. No watch along because the Nuggets do play tonight. I know. I'm sorry. I promise, at very least, when the playoffs hit, we will have a watch along for every playoff game, no matter what. I promise you that.
We'll figure out a way to do it from up here. If
Yeah,
we have to.
we'll figure something out for the playoffs. Anyway, we appreciate y'all, and we will be back post-game breaking it all down. So be sure to tune in to that one and just say a couple of Ericisms while you're at home. It's like you're on the watch along. It's the same thing. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
We all silly like the mayor.